All right, Hudson, who are you? What is your expertise, and what's your goal with coaching?
Yeah, so my name is Hudson. I'm 21 and I run a digital marketing agency. So, in other words, I run ads for businesses, and that's pretty much straightforward what I do. So my goals with coaching, as far as it goes, is to one, scale to 100 grand a month. And along with that, too, it's going to be to teach the people that are dedicated and want to put the time in every single day to master a high leverage skill.
So in this video, we're going to go through the OMS system, which is the exact system that I've implemented in numerous of coaching programs that's allowed them to generate $3.6 million, right? So by the end of this video, I want you to understand how you're going to go from where you currently are at to $100,000 a month with coaching, and we're going to build everything for it.
Let's do it.
Right? Going through your offer, your marketing, and your sales system, hence the OMS system. So let's get right into it. The first thing that we're always going to talk about is your offer. Now, we could just start it off easy. Like, what do you want to call your offer?
I'd say something relevant to like an inner circle. So Hudson's inner circle.
Circle. Now, one of the most important things that a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to actually creating an irresistible offer is knowing who this is for, but also most importantly, knowing who this is not for. So when it comes to your coaching offer, like, who do you want this to be for?
This is definitely for the people that want to learn a high leverage skill, but also have the capital to invest in.
How much
as
capital?
well. At least $7,000 coming recurring every single month in their bank account.
You want them to be making at least $7K per month, or have $7K to spend into your offer?
As far as spending into the offer, 4 minimum.
Okay.
Reeling in at least 7 every single month.
K per month. What are they going to be doing? Like, are they going to be in the biz off space, working a regular job?
As far as it goes for like their specific day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Well, one, they already need to be working, so they need to have revenue coming in because success isn't built overnight. So, they're going to have capital to invest in this. But along with that too, they're also going to need to be on a time frame where they can do this every day.
How much time do you feel like they'll need?
At least 3 hours every single day.
How old are they? Like, what's the age range?
I'd say my range is anywhere between the age of 18 to 20.
Now let's go back to this. I didn't think I heard you correctly. What are they going to be doing for work? Are they going to be in the online business space? Are they going to be working a regular 9 to 5? Like, how much money are they going to be making? Because you have to
this program specifically.
No. Like, the people we are going to target. Like, who's your offer for? Like, who are they? What do they do? How much money do they make? Where do they spend their time at?
Right. Okay. So it's definitely going to be more for the people that are working 9 to 5s. Okay. So having to show up somewhere every single day at a certain time crunch that really their wages aren't differed by their hard work. So definitely the 9 to 5 space.
Okay, perfect. Now, you said $7K per month. So someone making $7K per month working a 9 to 5 job, that's pretty decent.
Yeah, I'd say so as well.
That's pretty decent. Now, understanding these, what is the pain point that they're going to have that's going to make them want to buy your offer?
The freedom.
Freedom.
That's all it is.
Perfect. Perfect. Now, we're going to move on to the problem that you solve. What's the specific problem that you are going to solve for people?
The whole point of this program
Yeah.
is for the people that want it bad enough to actually be able to achieve their goals.
Yep.
So one, this is a fully remote position. You work as many hours as you'd like. There's no cap to it. And as far as it goes, you're not only creating financial freedom, but your whole lifestyle in general. For me, I could wake up at whatever time I want, hop on meetings whenever, from my bed, wearing whatever clothes I want. So, it's what a lot of people dream for, in a sense, is just that freedom, to literally live their own lives.
Okay.
Not for someone else.
The thing with this, when you have something as very, very broad as freedom, is that you are marketing to everyone.
Exactly.
Everyone wants freedom, which is true, but like, you have to be a little bit more specific, right? So if we're going to be building something, teaching people how to run ads, that's more so the problem that you're solving. You're not solving freedom, because if you're solving freedom, you're speaking to everyone, and if you speak to everyone, you're speaking to no one. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the problem that you're going to solve is actually going to be teaching the skill of paid advertising. That's the problem that you're going to have to solve. Now, before this, there's going to be a whole nother step. You have to sell people that marketing is what's going to get them freedom, which is the ultimate goal. But your skill is going to be the bridge from where they currently at to, let's just say, $15,000 a month.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So now what's the exact quantitative result you want people to deliver, right? And you also have to understand that this is all going to tie back to your price point. So if you're going to promise someone that you're going to get them to $10,000 a month, the price point has to, match it. So what's the result you actually want to deliver to the people?
Driven results. That'll be there no matter what. But as far as it goes, I mean, all of my students should be making at minimum $10,000 every single month.
$10,000 is the result that you want to get people to. Like, what's the actual result? Like, let's just say I'm coming into your program. Like, okay, Hudson, I want to join your mentorship. My life sucks right now. I'm working a 9-to-5 job. I want to get out of it. Like, where can you get me?
I don't know, to be honest.
So, like, a good one. Now that we understand that your ICP is making $7,000 a month, we can't promise them 10K.
Yeah.
Like we really can't promise them 10K.
Yeah.
That's not even 2 times.
That's just over the top.
That's not even 2 times what they're making right now. So in order for this to be viable, or in order for this to be worth it, you're gonna have to at least get them to 14 to 15K per month. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and put this as $15,000 a month. That is the result that you're going to be. That's the result that you're going to deliver. Now, what's the time frame that you can get someone from 7K per month to 15K per month solely with running paid ads?
30 days with full dedication, but if you're being more on the standpoint job, they still got to work their job.
Yeah.
They have a family. They have things to do throughout their day-to-day life. Honestly, 3 months.
3 months?
3 months is like that cap.
So 90 days is the time frame?
Yeah, 90 days.
90 days. Perfect. Now, how do you plan on getting them to that $15,000 a month? Like, what specifically are you going to have in your offer?
In my offer specifically, not only am I teaching these people the whole business model in one jump, but I'm also walking them through A to Z, how to sign their first client, how to set up everything on the back end, from creatives, offers, and the list goes on and on throughout there, but really just staying consistent with driven results, so there always will be clients and there'll always be new ones.
Okay. So right now I have community. I have a full system set up. What about one-on-one or group calls? Like, what's the how many are you gonna create, or how many one-on-ones or group calls are you gonna have with your students?
So specifically for this, on the one-on-one aspect, debating on how big this is, which it's gonna be huge.
Yeah.
So at minimum, at least 2 group calls every single week, anywhere from an hour or 2. I still have to plan out those time frames, but specifically just a lot of Q&A there. Any direct messages go to me as well too, so I could still see all that stuff too.
And what about one-on-one?
I don't know. I feel like that's a lot to manage, especially when I have like 50, 60 people in this community just off the rip. I don't know how I'm going to manage a one-on-one with all of them and still live my day-to-day life and do my work life.
When it comes to coaching, the most valuable thing people get is access to you. Like, that's the most valuable thing people get. So there's 2 ways you could play at it. You could give one-on-one to everyone, or you could give one-on-one to people who are at the highest value, right? Or who pay the most, or who show the most level of investment.
Exactly.
Now, the way that I typically do this for other coaching programs that have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars is we incentivize people to pay in full on the call. So what that looks like is people who, let's just say your pricing point was 4K. People who pay 4K get access to one-on-one. People who don't pay 4K or maybe do a split payment only get group calls. So when the prospect is sitting there on the call, they're going to be like, understanding that the highest leverage point that we can give them is one-on-one access. They're going to be like, I really want one-on-one access. I have the 4K. Should I pay it for that one-on-one access, which is ultimately what they want?
Exactly.
That is how you're going to get them to buy. So one-on-one, starting out, you can do one-on-one. We'll put this at 30 minutes. One-on-one calls once per week. But after you start scaling to like 4 to 5 one-on-one calls a week, then we're going to absolutely get rid of that to one-on-one calls to only people who pay in full, right? So the thing that does is that the people who actually hop on a one-on-one call with you, they're not going to ask stupid questions. They're going to be more invested. They're going to show up ready to actually learn and, get the results that that you promised them.
Exactly. Okay.
So the next thing is the price point. Now, based on this offer right here, this is a very, very good offer. If I was trying to get into ads, I'd probably buy it. You know what I mean? So what is the price point that you want to pitch this at?
The bare minimum is going to be $4,000. That's that minimum to it. Now, the reason I say that is because, one, this is a high leverage skill that I'm putting a lot of time into, and I don't believe in just building something that's not going to be 110%. Like, I want it to be the best out there. So why not pay for the best?
Perfect. 4,000. Are you gonna have any sort of split payments?
As far as it goes, there will be financing available. Not everyone can just pull $4,000 out of their bank account and make their car payment, their rent, their groceries, kids. Everyone's different. Everyone has livelihood expenses, and I understand it. But for those people that want to invest into themselves and actually create a future, they don't have that all right now. So we can set up something in regard to financing.
Sure, absolutely. Like, what do you want those numbers to be? Right, so
Payment wise?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you can't clearly afford the $4,000 up front, something's going on. So, I want to say about 78% of America, I looked this up the other day, about 78% of America has over $10,000 in their bank account now. Where's all that money going to? If it's always in there, it's got to be somewhere. So, I'd say there definitely has to be an advance there. So,
Yeah.
if you're sending me an advance of, like, let's just say $2,500.
Yeah.
That offer in total, once it's paid off with interest, should at least be $5,500,
Okay.
which is definitely a price swing. But
Okay, so 2,750 times 2. I'm pretty sure that's $5,500, right?
yeah, let's say so.
Yeah, it's $5,500. So that's the payment option right there. Now, what if someone can't do 2,750? Is that the lowest you're willing to take?
Yeah, well, let's step back and just kind of rethink this. Like, would this program really be the best for them if they really can't invest the time and money in it? Because don't get me wrong, there's a ton of marketing offers out there for mentorships, but this is something that's designed for everyone specifically.
Yeah.
It's not just like a cookie cutter plan.
Yeah.
Like, this is directly for you and everything that you're gonna need on a full 360 on how to actually become successful when it comes down to marketing. So if you really can't, invest that every single month, what are we doing?
Yeah. Okay, 2,750 is the lowest you're willing to take. Now, that's not bad. A lot of people may watch this and be like, oh, 2,750, you're leaving a lot of money. But the thing that people don't understand is that working with people who have a low financial investment is a burden. It's genuinely a burden.
Don't get me
Having
wrong.
been there myself and seen numerous of other coaches go through that same issue, it's a burden when someone doesn't show up to the calls, when they expect a lot for paying very, very little. There's this saying that says that the customer who pays the lowest always demands the most. And with info, that's absolutely the truth. So always do high ticket, guys. Like, raise your prices as much as you possibly can and just continue to raise them. Obviously, make sure people buy. But these pricing points, I am very, very happy with it. So what I always like to do is have like a one-liner on exactly who you help. I'm going to give you an example right now for, let's just say, a day trading offer.
Let's do it.
And then we'll go ahead and create your own. So, for example, for a day trading offer is I help day traders scale to 10K per month in 90 days without having to stare at screens. So this is a really, really strong offer right here. Is I help day traders go to 10K per month in 90 days without having to stare at screens all days, or they get their money back. So for you, it'll be something along the lines of, I help, we could build this out together.
Yeah, let's do it.
I help 9 to 5 workers scale to 15K per month running paid ads in 90 days. Or what's a risk reversal? Now, a risk reversal is very, very, very important because it removes all the risk from them. Because if you say something along the lines of like, I could get you to $4,000 in 90 days, or let me ask you this, what's the better offer? I could get you to me telling you I can get you to $4,000 a month in 90 days, or me telling you I can get you to $4,000 a month in 90 days, and if you don't get there, I'll give you your money back completely.
Option 2, all day long.
Absolutely, and that's because you added the risk reversal. There is no risk. You know what I mean? But obviously, you have to make sure you do get them to $50,000 a month.
Of course.
You know what I mean? So let's keep on going. I help 9 to 5 workers go to 15K per month running paid ads in 90 days. Or what's the risk reversal you want to have?
I say I help 9 to 5 workers scale to at least $15,000 a month through paid advertisement. And if not, I'll give you double the amount of money back.
No, that's a perfect offer.
Yeah.
If you go to someone and you sit there, If you go to someone and you find someone who's already sold on your business, hey, John, I could get you to $15,000 a month in 90 days or less. And if I don't get you there, I will give you double the amount of money that you invest into it.
And here's my whole thought process around that too, is if you're investing $4,000 into my program, and I tell you that I literally have everything built out, structured to you specifically, A to Z about the whole business model, there's no reason that you shouldn't succeed with this if you don't put in the energy, time, and effort. And all of that is tracked on a back-to-back basis, okay? So there's really no reason you should fail. Absolutely no reason, unless you just don't do what you need to do every single day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that right there, as you guys can see, that's exactly how you build a, really, really fucking strong offer.
Yeah.
Now, that's the first part of the OMS system, first part, which obviously stands for offer. Next thing we're going to move into marketing, which is, now we're going to move on to marketing, which is the second part of the OMS system. First, we talked about the offer. Now we're going to talk about the marketing. So when it comes to marketing, where do you plan on acquiring leads?
For my program specifically, this would be launched out on YouTube, definitely. As far as my personal production, I'm going to be uploading YouTube videos about my program, or at least mentioning it there. But ideally, when it comes to actually marketing this program, it will be on Meta and Instagram. Those are definitely going to be the two drawers.
Okay, and do you run, like systematically, how do you plan on acquiring? Is it just organic? Is it going to be paid ads? Is it going to be outbound?
It's definitely going to be a little bit of everything. So organic is definitely going to be my favorite, obviously, because I'm not spending $1 on that. But when it comes to the paid ad side of it, there's definitely going to be a few retargeting campaigns there. Okay. They're going to draw more qualified people into my bucket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So let's get right into it. Now, the reason why, the good thing that you said is YouTube is that after scaling numerous of coaching programs to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and generating over $3.6 million for coaches and consultants, one thing that I have found is that YouTube is the main factor when it comes to scaling coaching programs. And the reason for that is that Google came out with this study a few months back called the 7-11. In order for someone to buy your product, they have to watch 7 hours of your content on 11 different touch points on 4 different iterations. And out of TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, the one that can actually cut down those 7 hours as fast as humanly possible is YouTube. Because on YouTube, you can post videos for 10, 20, 30, even an hour long. But you can't do that on Instagram or TikTok.
That's the thing.
So that's the seven part. Then 11 different touch points. All that means is 11 different times. It could be in the morning. It could be at night. It could be on a Tuesday. It could be, at the pool. It could be just 11 different times they have to consume your content. And then the last one's 4 different iterations. That could be a YouTube post. That could be an Instagram story. That could be an Instagram reel. That could be a TikTok. Whatever it is, 4 different iterations is what it takes for someone to buy your info product. And the hardest one out of all of them is the 7 hours on YouTube. You know what I mean? But once you can actually hit that is when you are able to scale with your coaching program extremely fast. So what we're going to go over right now is we're just going to build out, a couple of YouTube video ideas for you that are going to help scale your coaching program. So let's go ahead with idea number 1. Right. One thing that I really like to do is first talk about what the pain points are that people are going to have before they buy your product. For example, with a day trader, for someone to buy their product, they're typically probably going to be staring at a screen for 8 hours a day. So
Tell me about it.
So if you make a video about staring at a screen 8 hours a day, that person is more than likely going to buy. So in your position, what do you think is a video? What do you think are some pain points that your ICP would have?
The biggest thing for me was just the scarcity aspect of it. I was so scared to quit my job and just go 110% on my business, or at least that feeling in my gut was, but I knew that I was destined for it. But I would definitely say the scariest part of actually starting. The scariest part of this whole journey is starting.
Okay, what's another one? Now, the thing is that the more specific you can make these, the better. Like, the more specific you can make these things, the better. And the thing you also have to understand is that someone who is going to buy a $4,000 per month coaching program has probably already tried the business model.
Exactly.
There's very few people out there who would not try their specific business model and just invest $4K. So you have to understand that is who's going to buy your offer. It's not going to be just someone working a regular 9-to-5, because someone who's working a regular 9-to-5 will probably just try some business model out, maybe drop shipping, and then they'll go to trading, and then they'll go to e-com, and then they'll go to whatever the case may be. and then they'll reach out for help.
Juggle different business models.
Yes.
Okay.
So to ask you the question is that what is a pain point someone who has tried running paid ads in the past would have before they buy a coaching program on how to run paid ads?
The consistency,
Consistency of what?
clients,
Acquiring clients?
performance. Of course, yeah.
Acquiring clients or performing like
Well, I guess for the first video, or for the second one now,
Yeah.
but we could leave it as acquiring clients consistently.
for their like agency?
Of course,
Perfect. What's another one?
staying consistent with driven results.
Is there any more? Because typically there's like 3 to 5 like main pain points. Like for example, you know Grady, right?
Of course.
Grady, his pain point for his home service business is people being the main technicians. After like numerous of ads being ran, content, that's what we found. That the biggest pain point that gets people to buy his coaching program is people who are the main technician in their business and that want to get the fuck out of there. So is there any more for yours?
Objection handling for sure.
On sales calls or what?
Of course, sales calls. I've gone 0-18 before, so I know there's someone else that's definitely been a lot worse on that, but
Okay, perfect.
that's what's driving revenue.
So now that we have this right here, I'll go ahead and I'll scratch this one off because I generally don't think that's a good one.
Right.
Because this is way too broad. Numerous of people trying to quit their job, and the thing you have to understand is that before someone buys your info product, there's 3 things that have to happen. You have to sell them, number one, on the business model, on like running paid ads or e-com or drop shipping or fitness. You have to sell them on yourself. Why the fuck should they listen to you versus their competitors?
Yeah, that is true.
You have to also sell them on your way of doing it. Because someone could buy in on you, but they may not believe. Actually, no, scratch that. You have to sell them on themselves being able to do it. Right? Because if any one of these are missing, that's when you hop on calls and you get objections. Like, I need to think about it. I don't have the capital right now. Or maybe value objections, which are really, really bad. Right? So when you're targeting people, you have to make sure the more of these you can, knock down, the better it's going to be. If someone already trusts you, they're much easier to sell. If someone already believes in the business model, it's much easier to sell. So that's the reason why we're going to take out regular 9-to-5 workers or only target people who are already running paid ads.
Just dial in the qualification process.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
And I think that's another thing that I want to mention there on one of these videos is just not necessarily for mentorship specifically, because I have now someone doing that for me, but as far as a client acquisition, just the qualification process through it.
Perfect.
From getting them on the phone, booking that sale, from getting them on the phone, booking that initial call, and already knowing what objections you're going to have to roll once you're on that call.
Yeah. Yeah. So these are the 3 main points. And I could almost guarantee you, Hudson, if someone buys your coaching program, it's going to be one of these 3 things. And once you figure out what that thing is, every single one of your YouTube videos need to be hitting that. If you ever sit there on YouTube talking about something that doesn't hit this pain point, then understand that you're not trying to make money. You're just not trying to make money. Because before someone buys, they have to have a reason to buy, some urgency. They have to be feeling some sort of pain or discomfort. Because most people are not just going to buy something they don't need. They have to almost need your product
need it
before they buy. So when you post content on YouTube, focus on one of these 3 pain points right here. Now, what you're going to do on your end is you're going to go on ahead and create video ideas and, kind of log this in to help you out. Next thing we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take a look at your Instagram profile, because the 2 main things are Instagram and YouTube. TikTok, you could post on TikTok, but TikTok is really just to get your name out there. So on Instagram, I'll just go ahead and... So on Instagram, there's a couple of things, number one, that I don't see. You have these highlights right here, which are good. You have your car, a little bit of lifestyle, and you have some marketing results, which is good. And then you have your agency, which is solid. Now we're going to go on ahead and... Now the first thing that I see is that you need more results. Like realistically, you need a lot more result. If someone's gonna pay you $4,000, you need to show them that you're making at least $4,000, or just more results for them to believe you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And something
Yeah.
that I do for every single one of my coaches right now is every single day we are posting results. Every single day. It could be as small as someone saying that your advice was helpful. It could be as big as someone making money or buying a fucking car. Any sort of results. Every single day you need to be posting a piece of content that pushes the prospect closer and closer and closer to buying your offer. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now the next thing is your Instagram bio. All you have here is Hudson Marketing, which is good, but it could be a lot better. So first thing I would change right here is call out exactly who you help. It could be something as long as I help people scale their marketing agency. I help people make money with paid ads. Generated X amount for companies. Something like that. You have to have some sort of results or some sort of credibility. Because if I go to your profile right now, let's just say I was watching a reel. Okay, cool. Miami. Okay, cool. What does this guy do? Cars. Oh, Miami. What? Oh, I don't know what he does. Let me go back to scrolling. That's exactly what's going to happen. But you want someone to go on your profile and know exactly what to do, right? And that bio is exactly what does that. And you could take this the next level further is by adding a pinned image or a pinned video right here. I'm going to show you a consultant that we just set this up for right here. So he has a pinned post showing exactly how he went from where he currently is to a desired outcome by his ICP, which is $1.5 million at the age of 19. And he goes over everything. And at the end, it has a call to action. People telling people to DM him the word tech if they want the same exact systems, right? And if you go to Students W's, there's numerous of results here. It's not just one or two. There's numerous of results. And it tells you exactly what he does. I sold a window cleaning business and now doing $120,000 per month. DM me the word tech to scale your own window cleaning business. It tells you what he does and what you have to do if you want his help. So that's the same exact thing you're gonna have to set up on your Instagram if you want to make money from it. Because if you don't, it's fine. Someone else is gonna make money with marketing, and it's just not gonna be you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the next steps right there that I will make with your Instagram. What are your thoughts on that?
I really like that. As far as like social media management goes, to be honest, I clock in a lot of screen time. So, but ideally for this specifically, I think that that's going to be a great idea.
Yeah. So this is really, really good. The next thing that I would say is obviously increasing a lot more reels that you're posting. Only 4 reels is practically non-existent. Before someone buys from you, they have to know who the fuck you are. And they also have to trust you. And people trust you. There's something called the KLT. It's called KLT. It stands for know, like, and trust. Right? In order for someone to trust you, they first have to know you. And then once they know you, it's only a matter of time until they like you, right? And once they like you, it's just a matter of time until they start trusting you. So that's how it works. And that's the reason why every single one of the coaches or consultant that I work with has to post 2 pieces of short form content every single day. Because people don't buy in today's day and age unless they trust you. That's the most important thing, is trusting the person you're buying from. Not because you're gonna scam them or just take their money and not provide results, but because can you actually help them? You know what I mean? Can you actually help them get to where they want to go, right? And you're much more high, and you have a higher likelihood of getting the money if they trust you. So that's the next thing right there. And then to go to your marketing page, because one thing that you're probably going to find is that most of the people who are going to come in from coaching are going to see this page
100%.
One way or another.
Yeah.
So you have to have some sort of results there. Posts here going over, the results that you've gone for agency owners, for yourself, or for other students. All right, so that's the marketing side of things when it comes to organic. Now, when it comes to paid ads, do you have a strategy on that right now?
100%.
What's your strategy when it comes to paid ads with coaching?
It's for coaching specifically?
Yeah.
Like what I'd be teaching in my mentorship, or like what I do on a day-to-day basis?
No, how do you plan on acquiring clients via paid ads for coaching?
Through paid ads for coaching?
Yeah.
Well, specifically what you were saying, I really like the idea around YouTube. Sounds like you have a good setup there for that. But as far as it goes through paid ads, retargeting ads are what's going to make me hundreds of thousands of dollars. but it's not just the retargeting ads. It's
Yeah.
going to be the qualification process throughout that. Because if I'm spending, let's just say X amount every single day on one ad,
Yeah.
that's not going to get me the results and the clients that I'm looking for, compared to if I anywhere between 5 to 10 different campaigns that are all retargeting ads. That's what's actually going to get me my money's well worth of it. Because not only am I spending money into a retargeting ad, but it's getting the qualification process better and better and better and better. So when it comes down to the person that's actually running my offer behind that, it should just be A to Y. That whole process is already completed. Now Z is just getting the payment. That's all it should be, because everything is set up properly and done correctly from A to Y. So when it really does come down to Z,
That's good, but what's the exact system? Let's say today, do you have a system like from day one? And let's just say you start running ads tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
How are you gonna go about finding the winning angle? How are you gonna go about finding what people are buying with your offer? Do you have an exact plan for that?
right, so I really don't have an exact plan for that. But where I would start specifically is I'd look at the other people that are doing well with coaching, specifically with paid ads. There's definitely some names out there. I'd look exactly how their ads are ran, what they're saying in those creatives, take my own curve on it, because you never really have to reinvent the wheel. You just have to do what actually works.
Yeah.
And then give it your all. So I would definitely look into that. And then from there specifically, just run very similar ads to there, see how that goes. Because it is a trial and test period at first. Nothing's just going to work off the rip unless you do what works. So
How much do you plan on spending, your first month with paid ads?
with paid ads specifically, I think a comfortable budget today. So let's just say happy medium $200 a day on ads.
Okay, so you plan on, yeah, okay. Yeah, so your budget for ads, for the first month is going to be around $200 a day, right?
Yeah, just around 200.
So when it comes to ads, your first month when it comes to coaching is basically expect to lose money. Like, just full transparency, you're probably gonna spend $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 your first month. You're probably gonna lose money. You may get a sale or two sales, but you're gonna lose money, because the thing when it comes to paid ads is that there is so many different things, and paid ads forces you to get better. It forces your sales team to contact them as soon as humanly possible. It forces your marketing to be on point. It forces your funnel to be up to par. It forces you to just, as a whole, be a better marketer and a better business owner, right? So one thing I like telling every single one of my clients the first month is that with paid ads, you're probably gonna lose money. You have to be okay with that. As long as you're continuously trying to optimize your show up rate, optimize your closer, optimize all these numbers, you're eventually gonna get to the point where you have a 3, 4, 5, 6x ROAS, like some of our clients, right? So just to give you an overview, like a typical strategy that I like running with my clients, just to figure out, what a winning angle is and like how to go about paid ads, is very simple. So we have one campaign, one ad set, and within that ad set, we have 5 different angles that we're gonna go about. For example, in your space, we'll probably say one angle may be they can't acquire clients. Another angle may be they can't get them good results. Another angle may be clients are churning. Another angle may be, and whatever. I can't think of any other angles, but those are just the 4 right there. We will make creatives on those ads, and then we'll dump them into the same ad set. And obviously over a period of time, Meta is gonna send most of the budget to a specific ad, and then you'll start seeing leads that are gonna come in. And then after you run that for about 14 to 21 days, you're gonna start seeing a winning angle. And this is where it comes in that you have to have a dialed sales team. Because if you spend, let's just say within the first 21 days, you're spending $200 a day, that is around $3K a month. Within 21 days, you're gonna spend like $3,000. Your setter has to tell you what is happening on these setting calls. Why are people unqualified? Why are we not getting enough book calls? Are they picking up? Are they not picking up? Are they no showing, right? Your setter is going to have to be super fucking dialed in. You know what I mean? So that's the first process of things. Now, once you find that winning angle, then you just duplicate it, right? You just completely duplicate it, and create new ad sets. And then once you have that set up, you then churn it and start running a little bit of retargeting ads just to get those people who do book a call to hop back on a call. Because there's 2 types of people who book a call when it comes to paid ads. There's people who will book a call but never watch any ounce of pre-call material. You know what I mean? They won't watch shit. They're just gonna book a call because they're fucking interested, and they're gonna go back to scrolling. And that's the reality of coaching. You know what I mean? And that's the reality when it comes to spending money with Meta. They're gonna book a call and they're not gonna do shit. And they're just gonna sit there, and they might hop out on the call. They might not hop on the call. You're just gonna kind of, throw it up and see. Now with these people, you have to fucking run retargeting ads for them. They're gonna go back to scrolling, and if they see your face 3, 4, 5 times before the call, the likelihood of them showing up on the call increases by like 50%. That's the exact number that we've seen for numerous of coaching programs right now. 50% increase in show up rate just by having $7 a day fucking retargeting ads, sending people back to the pre-call material. That's one type of people. The second type of people are the people who are gonna actually watch the pre-call material and are actually interested, right? But you have to hit these people if you want to have profitable ad conversions, right? So, yeah, what are your thoughts on all of that?
I really like it, and I think that's a great approach to it, especially with paid ads specifically. So I'm really excited to get rolling with this and whatnot. But
now that we've went over the marketing side of things, now we're going to go into the final system of the OMS system, which is sales. We figured out a really good offer for you. We figured out how you're going to acquire leads. And now we all have to figure out, once you get those leads, how are we going to convert them into paying? So now the last thing is the sales side of things. Now, what is your sales process? When a lead comes in, where are they going to go?
To my setter, 100%.
How are they going to get there?
How are they going to get there? As far as it goes, well,
I want you to get into the nitty gritty. What is the exact systems they're going to go through?
Yeah, well, that's my question to it, because as far as it goes, when it comes to qualifying leads for even my clients alone, they have to go through a specific funnel process to actually get them to my client for them to call them. So ideally, I want to nitpick all their information from them even before that lead gets sent out to me or whoever is going to be contacting them. If I have a setter, closer, whatever the case is, I want as much information up front as possible, so when that phone call comes, it's literally just an appointment set for a call, or if not even an instant appointment. So as far as it goes, I think just a really dialed funnel.
So the way that I set up funnels depends on how many leads you're getting. If you're getting less than 10 leads a day, the best funnel is just a regular DM me the word this funnel. And the reason for that is because typically when you're getting around 10 leads a day, you're probably small on social media. And people could still believe that they're actually talking to you. But let's just say someone had 500K followers and they said the word DM me. No one believes they're actually talking to the creator.
No way.
You know what I mean? So for you specifically, if you were just starting out, you just have a DM me the word this, DM me the word ads or media or start. You know what I mean? So that would be the funnel that we would set up. And the way we would set that up will be right here on your Instagram page. It will say something along the lines of, I run paid ads, generated $4 million for business owners. DM me the word start to learn exactly how. And then once that happens is they're going to DM you the word start, and there's going to be a setter inside of your DM handling all of this for you, right? And the setter's job is very, very fucking simple. And a lot of people think it's hard. You have to ask this question and then you have to do that. And no, like it's simple.
Book that call.
No, it's not book that call. You can't just book the call. But a setter's job is to do 3 things. Figure out where the prospect currently is right now. Where do they want to go? Why have they not gotten there yet? And stretch that as far as humanly possible. When you do this is exactly what happens that gets you a show up rate that is higher than 80% for your coaching offer, right? When you hop on a call, the setter is going to ask them, who are you? Why are you here? What got you interested? Things like that. Then he's going to figure out, where do you want to go? How much money do you want to make? What's going to change in your life? And then you want to bridge that by asking, well, why haven't you gotten there? What are you currently doing right now to get there? If nothing happens right now, what does your life look like 60 days from now? You kind of want them to feel bad, right? You want them to feel a little bit bad and create some sense of urgency in the prospect mind that they have to show up to the call. So that's exactly what your setter is going to do. And now they're going to send out that information to Go High Level and then book them on the calendar right then and there. It's that simple, right? But a lot of people overcomplicate these things. So if there's a setter's position, that's what they do. And then they book them on a call with the closer, who's the second piece of the sales process. Now, either you can close the deals or you can have someone dedicated to closing the deals, which is the closer. And the funny thing about sales is that the closer does the same exact thing. He figures out where they are, where they want to go, why they haven't gone there. Now, the setting call is like 5 minutes long, but the closing call is going to be like 30 minutes long because that's when you actually pitch them the actual offer. You know what I mean? So that is the 2 main pieces when it comes to closing a high ticket deal. But there's also the back-end systems to it. Like what actually happens when they book a call. So I'm going to show you.
So here's where I'm running into a problem at. I get hundreds of DMs every single month from people asking me like what I do, how I do it, really just how to get started.
Yeah.
And I don't have time in my day-to-day life to respond to each and every single one of these people, have full-on conversations with them, and really figure out all that stuff myself because I'm busy. I'm making money. And I notice half the time when I hop on calls with these kids, it's not very qualified. I'm hopping on the call with these kids and they're just, not even just kids in specific, really anyone that messages me, they're not qualified. And that's a problem because this isn't just for me, it's for them. But at the end of the day, like it has to be a good fit for the both of us. If I'm offering you a product or a service of some sort, I want to make sure that you're going to fulfill it as much as humanly possible. And that's really just the problem. It's just the qualification process from organic. And that may come from a cool Instagram story or seeing the penthouse I live in or the car I drive every single day. But I mean, it's really just that.
Yeah. Now, leads are always going to be unqualified. Like, that's something that you're going to deal with, whether you're fucking making 100K per month or you're making 10K per month. Leads are always going to come in unqualified. Now, there's only two things you can do about them. You could either disqualify them or you can switch up your marketing. Because the marketing is what's getting them the leads, getting you those leads. Now, to get the highest quality of leads, you have to post the highest quality of content. Someone who is making, let's just say $5,000 a month, or actually $7,000 a month in your case, that wants to get into your business model, they're going to watch high quality content. They're not going to sit here and watch a video of you in a penthouse and buy. They're going to sit there and watch a video of you actually making money with, paid ads, showing them how to set up an ad campaign, showing them what to do if, your click-through rate goes down or your link clicks or whatever the case may be, like the technical side of things. You know what I mean? So that's the only two options that you have. You either change up your marketing to acquire better and more qualified leads, or you just disqualify more. But the thing is that when it comes to disqualifying more, then you have to pay because you're going to have to pay for a setter. And if you start getting a fuck ton of leads, you might need 2 setters, and you're obviously going to have to pay a little bit more. You know what I mean? So those are the only 2 ways. But unqualified leads are always going to come. That's the one thing I will guarantee you. They're always going to come. So does that answer your question?
It does.
Perfect. So then the next thing is like the back-end system. When someone books a call, there has to be something that's going to, like, let me ask you right now, like, what's the plan? If someone, let's just say, books a call Tuesday morning and then the call's on Thursday, what's going to happen in the meantime? What are you doing?
From there, a lot of people forget. I mean, I'm a sales guy by heart. I know how appointments go. They have to be reminded consistently. From appointment reminders, SMS, if that's automated, email, whatever the case is. If you book something on a Tuesday morning and expect someone to show up on a Thursday evening at 5 o'clock, there's like a 60% chance that they even remember, let alone show up, probably about 30. And my whole aspect of it too is like, we can't predict the future, but what we can do is remind them about it. So like setting appointment reminders, text, SMS, all that kind of stuff is so important. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the reason why during the time, 24 hours within our call, there is 8 reminders that go out to the customer, ensuring that they hop on the call. But not only hop on, they hop on actually qualified and able to make a decision on that call. Now, that just to slightly go back to the setting process, you always have to make sure the person has the money right then with them right now, able to invest. You can't just ask them, yo, so it's $4,000. What's your budget to invest? Oh, it's $2K. Okay, boom, we'll hop them on the call. No, that's not how it works. Let's just say they say, oh yeah, I have $2K. Where's that $2K coming from? Is it going to be on a credit card? Are you going to ask a parent? Is it in cash right now? Because some people may have $2K, but in cash, and then they hop on the closing call, and there's a fucking issue, and they can't buy.
Like, this is an enrollment period.
Exactly.
Like, you're making a decision now.
Exactly. Now, you don't want to, like, add that stress,
No, yeah,
onto
of course.
And typically, if a prospect was to ask me, well, why do I need to have it? Well, yeah, bro, we just want to make sure that if you do want to move forward, and obviously you don't have to move forward on the call, that you can if you wanted to. You know what I mean? That drops their guard a little bit and gets them to actually, be willing to move forward. Right? But to go back to the back-end systems, there is 8 emails and SMS that are sent in between the time they book a call to them showing up. and these handle objections, these give them the necessary information that they need in order to hop on a call ready to make a decision.
Yeah.
So if you don't have that set up, and that's exactly why my agency has an average 85% show up rate. It's that fucking simple. So many people fuck it up, but it's that simple. You know what I mean? It's so fucking simple. You set up these emails, 4 emails, 4 SMS. They probably realistically take you an hour. And now you have an 80% plus show up rate for the next 12 months, you know, until maybe this system gets tired.
Exactly. And I feel like even on a standpoint, if you aren't doing SMS reminders, it's going to go one of two ways. One, you're just going to be so unorganized and you don't know what's going on really without your business and all the, like, you're literally spending money on these leads and then now you're just letting them out the window. If you have like 10 appointments on the day, 10 appointments, they're all booked X, Y, and Z, same day, whatever the case is. If there's 10 appointments on your schedule, statistics really just say that if you aren't doing all of these steps, at least 3 of them are going to show up and then 1 out of those 3 may close. Just being real there.
Yeah.
And that's just on a statistics. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
But when you're not implementing what you're saying right now, you're never going to get there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What is that? $800 for 1 lead that might close.
Exactly.
So
that's the sales systems right there, guys. Like, it's very, very simple. Now, if you have more leads or you're getting at least 20 leads, that's when you switch to like 20 leads a day. That's when you switch to something like a webinar funnel or just a regular sales funnel.
right.
Right. So that is the OMS system right there. So Hudson, we went through the offer, marketing, and sales. Now, how do you feel about, you know, going out there and reaching $100,000 a month with your coaching offer?
You know, over the last 30, 45 minutes we've been sitting down here at this table, like my mind has completely shifted. I'm so excited to start this whole process because in actuality, I didn't have any of this figured out. Like, I run ads for businesses and I've never been into coaching or any sort of mentorship. It's been something I've been wanting to start for quite some time, but I never really knew where to start or really with the right people. So now that I know actually what I'm doing, who I'm doing it with, I'm really excited. Like, this is going to change everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. I hope every single one of you guys enjoyed. And if you're a coach or consultant that wants my specific help on scaling your agency to $100,000, whether it's consulting done for you or done with you, there's a time form below. Go ahead, click it, and apply. And if this is something that, you know, works out, then I'll be able to help you and reach you to $100,000 a month. But other than that, Hudson, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time today.
And you guys, thank you guys for watching.